Welcome back. In Module 7, we demystified the international standard of ISO 27001. We pulled back the curtain on the gold standard and made it accessible. Now, we turn to something even closer to home, the specific rules of the road that apply in your geographical region. We're talking about data protection and cybersecurity laws. This module exists for one simple reason: to give you legal awareness without the legal jargon. You do not need to become a lawyer. That's not your job. But you do need to understand the core expectations that regulators have for your business. You need to know the real-world consequences of getting it wrong. And most importantly, you need to see how the security practices you've already learned in this course are your strongest shield against legal trouble. Think of this module as your personal translator. It turns complex legislation into clear, actionable business guidance that you can actually use. So, what is the purpose of this module? It's designed to build your compliance confidence. By the end of this module, you will be able to do 4 things. First, you'll understand the key data protection laws affecting businesses in major regions, with a focus on the common principles behind them, not the confusing details. Second, you'll know what regulators genuinely expect from small and medium-sized enterprises, in practical, everyday terms. Third, you'll grasp the basics of penalties and, critically, the importance of breach notification, what to do and when. And fourth, you'll see clearly how implementing frameworks like NIST CSF or ISO 27001 directly supports and simplifies legal compliance. You'll realize you're probably already on the right path. This knowledge will help you operate with greater assurance, whether you're serving customers in your own city or across international borders. Let's start with the most important question. What do regulators actually expect from SMEs? Here's the reassuring truth. Regulators are not unreasonable. They understand that small and medium-sized enterprises are not giant corporations with endless legal teams and multi-million-dollar budgets. Their primary expectation is not perfection. It's demonstrable good faith effort. They want to see that you take the protection of personal data seriously and that you have taken reasonable steps based on your size, your resources, and your specific risks. At their heart, most modern data protection laws, whether it's the GDPR in Europe and the UK, the PDPA in Singapore, or the new PDPO in Bangladesh, are built on a common set of principles. For an SME, these principles translate directly into sensible, everyday business practices. Let's walk through them. Lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. This simply means be clear with your customers about what data you're collecting and why. Don't use their information in sneaky or unexpected ways. If you say it's for order processing, don't then sell it to a marketing firm. Purpose limitation. Only collect data for a specific, legitimate purpose. If someone gives you their email address for a webinar, don't automatically add them to a completely unrelated weekly newsletter without asking. Data minimization. This is a powerful one. Only collect the data you actually need. If you're running a webinar, you need an email address. You probably don't need their home address, their date of birth, or their shoe size. Less data means less risk. Accuracy. Keep customer data up to date. If an address or phone number changes, update your records. This is just good customer relationship management. Storage limitation. Don't keep data forever. When you no longer need it for the original purpose, when a project ends, when a warranty expires, delete it or anonymize it. Holding on to old data you don't need is just creating unnecessary risk. Integrity and confidentiality. Security. This is the direct link to everything you've learned in this course. You must protect data from unauthorized access, loss, or damage. This is where your strong passwords, your multi-factor authentication, your encrypted devices, and your tested backups directly satisfy a legal requirement. Your security work is your compliance work. And finally, accountability. This principle is crucial. You must be able to demonstrate that you are complying with all the principles above. This means having policies, even simple, one-page policies, and keeping records that show your approach. Accountability turns good intentions into proof.